life. Doesn't matter. 28 trample, I think, is gonna seal the deal there, folks. 28 trample will seal the deal there, folks. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka that Villain J. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. We're headed on our way to Diamond 1. We're trying to hit Mythic this weekend. I think we will. And one of the ways I'm going to do that is go back to the old standard, the old fallback. Unironically, fallback. And this is going to be Hydra, Landfall, Golgari. We have a couple of counters Landfall tech here that has actually really improved our previous Hydra Landfall deck. We have a couple of new techs actually out of AETHERDRIFT and some North Landfall things, and it's actually really fun. You can get to the point where you're basically, if you set up the right line, you can basically win the game on turn 4 if they don't have a removal or something. A lot of times, the number one way this deck wins is the op knows he's screwed and he just scoops. So I'm excited to show you this one. Before we get down to it, though, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button. Because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, you're going to be attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainej for our live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Yeah, you can live stream on both. We'd love to see you there. Hit that bell. You'll be notified when we go live. Check out our Discord community for all the latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, ask questions. All that stuff is going to be right there on our Discord. And, of course, this deck and all the other decks that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So, if you want a copy of this one, please go down there to the AetherHub and you will find it. So, what are we talking about when we talk about Golgari Landfall counters hydrated? I've done something similar, but this is different enough that I felt like, all right, we've got some tech that actually improves this. Vine Lasher, now you're thinking that 1 damage is not going to do that much. You would be surprised. With 4 Vine Lashers, especially with the ability to offspring it, so it's 1 black, 1, 2, whenever it landfalls, it pings your opponent for 1. Even offspringing it for 2. I've put 4 of these down and just won by basically enduring the hits and dropping lands like crazy, or dropping multiple lands. This can turn into a full artillery battery, so don't count this one out for a 1-drop. It can be used as an emergency blocker as well. The 1/2 is decent. But it can soften your opponent up for the big hit, all right? And late in the game, when you can always hit that offspring ability, it actually can start racking up damage pretty consistently. So I really do like this. As far as removal goes, I'm going to go with Stab, which is an instant -2, -2. Very useful against mono red to negative down them. I've done a lot of tricks with this one. The other thing is that cut down is not rotation proof. You got to start thinking without cut down. You're going to got about 6 months left with cut down, maybe less. And you need to start thinking about your other 1-drop removals. And Stab is my go-to for, a common 1-drop, just nice little killer that we can start suppressing our opponent. We do need a little bit of time to build. We're not aggro. Even though we have some haste and we have some things, we need to suppress our opponent. The other one is Bitter Triumph. And I think people make fun of me for always using Bitter Triumph as my main removal, but in this one it makes sense because I'm also running Bloodghast, and he is the perfect card to discard. He lets you perpetually discard him forever, so as long as you have the ability to discard Bloodghast, Bitter Triumph honestly just makes sense for getting rid of creatures and or planeswalkers right there. Bushwhack is going to be another form of removal, and mana rigging. 1 green. Search for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hands. Of course, we want that. If we're going to do landfall, we want to make sure we have a steady amount and that we're ramping properly. And then creature you control fights creature you don't. Extremely useful in a Stompy deck. So that is another way of getting other creatures out of our way and messing them up, banging them up right there. We're not going to talk about Gold Vein yet. We already talked about Bitter. Great little removal. Bloodghast, I have been pulling Bloodghast in so much. This is just such a useful card, even as a utility card and as a finisher. 2 black, 2/1 Vampire Spirit. It can't block. It has haste as long as your opponent has 10 or less life. So once he starts smelling that death, once he gets the blood is in the water, he wants it. Very, very cool. And then whenever a land you control enters, you may return this card from the battlefield to the battlefield. Amazingly powerful. So you can return it and attack if they're less than 10. That's why I said, like Bitter Triumph, we just discard Bloodghast, remove, and then play a land, and we've essentially gotten a removal and a free creature out of it. So we have actually made it cheaper by discarding it before we play it. So I'm really not mad at that. So this is a great little landfall here that adds an extra pressure onto our opponent, especially if we're swinging in, especially if we're going kind of wide. It's always something that they're going to have to deal with and look at. So next we're going to have Bristly Bill. Yeah, Plant Druid. He's a cactus man. 1 green, 1 Bristly Bill, 2/2, Plant Druid. Whenever a land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Just amazingly good. This is a favorite of old Trexodactyl. Just amazingly powerful. And the more lands we can get, if we can get multiple lands, we can put more 1/1s down. Even worse, and this is what synchronizes with the Hydra so well, even worse for him, is he doubles the amount of counters on creatures you already have. So if you've been laying down lands or that you're pumping every other creature, he is going to double. Anytime you see the word double, and I've said this multiple times, anytime you see the word double or twice in Magic, it is busted. You immediately know if you hear those words or read those words twice or double, it is bad. If you're using a multiplier for anything in Magic, it is going to go terrible for you. So he's actually quite a finisher, especially if you're getting a trample across or anything like that. Now, Order of Nylea is where we start getting into the Hydra nonsense here. So we're going to talk about that. There's 2 main efforts that we're going to be doing here. 2 main Hydras. Mossberg, who I like to call the Mossberg Pump, and the Gold Vein Hydra. Both of them deal with 1/1 counters and swinging in on a huge trample hit. Okay? And now we have a couple of things to support that. One of them is Order of Nylea. 1 green and 1. Great Runeprint from Foundations. It is an enchantment. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Then it has 3 or more 1/1 counters. Sacrifice this aura. When you sacrifice this aura, you search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So not only is Bristly Bill putting 1/1 counters on your stuff, every time you attack, you put a 1/1 counter on your stuff. So as things go on, things are going to get more powerful, and you're going to get more land drops. Now, how does this help? Well, the main culprit here is going to be the Mossberg Pump. 1 green and 2, 0/0. It enters with a 1/1 counter on it. Landfall. Whenever a number of lands you control enter, double. Remember what I said about double. Keep that in mind. It's broken. The number of 1/1 counters. So he comes in as a 1/1. If you put down a land, he goes to a 2/2. Then he goes to a 4/4. Then he goes to an 8/8. Then he's a 16/16. Then he's a 32/32. And you're saying, well, that takes a while. Well, not with Order of Nylea and Bristly Bill. Because if we put down Mossberg with an Order of Nylea, swing in, it gets a 1/1 counter, and then it has 3, and then you put 2 more. It goes from 3 1/1 counters to a landfall hits. It goes to 6, and then it goes to 12. And if you put putting Bristly Bill on that, that's going to go up each time as well. It's going to increase and increase and increase and increase. Now, there's something with these Hydras having 1/1 counters, however much you pay, or whatever situation you get in. This is where Thunderous Velocipede comes in. I really like this. Is probably one of my new favorite green cards, especially any green Stompies. He's kind of necessary. 2 green and 1 5/5 of trample artifact vehicle. First of all, if your creature doesn't have haste, or if you just have a big enough creature, you can swing in for a crew 3, which is not bad. He's a 5/5 trample if you can crew him for 3. But each other vehicle and each other creature you control enters with a 1/1 counter on it if its value is 4 or greater, 4 or less. Otherwise, it enters with 3. Okay? That means that Mossberg enters as a 2/2, and if you put a land down right away, he's a 4/4. He gets that quick. He gets that big that quick. If you already have Bristly Bill down, you put down a land, he's a 2/2. He becomes a 3/3. He becomes a 6/6 on the first turn that you put him in, as long as you have a land to lay him down afterwards. Now, let's not forget about Gold Vein here as well. you play green and X. He's Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. I think people forget about him because he's incredibly powerful. He enters with X 1/1 counters on him, meaning that if you have Velocipede down, he's going to come up with an extra. Or if your mana value is 4 greater, so it means you paid 4, he comes in with 3 extra. So if you paid 5 for him, basically, if he comes in as a 4/4, he actually comes in as a 7/7 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. And then the other kicker is whenever he dies, create X number of tapped treasure tokens equal to its power. What I usually do with that treasure is I'm usually repaying building another Hydra after that. I usually don't like to lose him unless I can throw all that treasure into a second Hydra to throw at our opponent right there. I say, sir, a second Hydra has hit the opponent. Because if a 7/7 dies, you have 7 treasure, and you have another Hydra in your hand, you can make him a 12/12 or a 15/15 and swing in for a Vigilance, Trample, and Haste on that one. So Mossberg pumps out of control from the landfall tricks that you're going to have and all the counter pumping that he can trample in for 60 damage if you're thing. Velocipede is a nice hitter right there. We're going to finish it off with the Lumbering World Wagon, okay? This is another way to get those extra lands onto the board for a 3-drop. 1 green and 2, blank and 4 is equal to the number of lands you control. So the more lands you have, the more powerful it is. And then, when this vehicle enters or attacks, you may search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tapped, and shuffle. So he will immediately make a land drop, and if you have something else, like even 2 Bloodghast or some pumped up cards, if you can swing with him and Mossberg, the 2 of them swinging in will cause another land drop to happen as you go, and he's just a big tramply boy if you can crew him as well. So I like the Lumbering World Wagon to finish it off with the extra landfall on top of that. 6 swamps, 7 forests, 4 blooming marshes, 4 Wastewood Verges. By the way, this deck is rotation proof. So if you're wondering, if you're a new player and you're like, I don't know if I should go for this deck because what if these cards rotate out? You're going to be fine. It is not alchemy. It's just standard. I use alchemy as a template to make sure it's rotation proof. 19 creatures. Vampires, lizards, hyzers, elementals, a little bit of everything. It's obviously a Hydra deck more than anything. 8 instants, 4 sorceries, 5 vehicles, 4 enchantments, 21 lands altogether. This is a very cheap deck. We do want mana to pump into it because there is an X factor, but it is ultimately a fairly cheap deck to run. 24 green and 16 black. Extremely useful. I think honestly better than just a straight green because you have that Vine Lasher, Bloodghast, and removal package up front as opposed to the Stompy on the back end. So yeah, I think honestly it's worth it. I think this honestly improves that front end of softening them up as opposed to just going straight stomp on the back end. What do I want on the sideboard here for my best of 3 or alternates to go in? Probably the least needed card is World Wagon if you can't afford the green for that, the rare for that. Defend the Rider is not a bad one. That's a new way of getting a protection. People love to remove your Hydra. They know what happens, and they're keeping removals. If you can stop them with Hexproof Indestructible, that's fantastic. Overprotect is really good too, especially for something that doesn't have Trample or anything like that. Overprotect, even on a Hasting Bloodghast, is super good. So that's 1 green, and it gets Trample, Hexproof, and Indestructible. Long Goodbye and Assassin's Trophy. I'm really using that for destroy any kind of permanent. Extremely useful. They get a land out of it. I don't really care about them getting a land. It's whatever. We're going to outland them anyways. We're going to out-treasure them anyways. Long Goodbye is in case of an emergency, especially against that most annoying card, Overpowered, what's it called? Sheltered by Ghosts, and Withering Torment in case you do need to crack open enchantments, although I do think Assassin's Trophy is perfectly fine as well. Insidious Fungus is not a bad one, especially for cracking artifacts and or enchantments as well, in case you're hitting that artifact nonsense. You can also draw a card, then put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tab. So Insidious Fungus does round out a lot of options for this deck as well. So that is not a bad one additionally. So they're all good swap-ins in case you want to. Just kind of ideas or your best of 3 guys. They all certainly help build around what this deck is doing. So we're going to get into it. We're going to grind up some Diamond right now. We're Diamond 2. We're going to push Diamond 1 and make our assault on Mythic here in a second. Make sure that you leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Here we go. Let's get into it. Trex said he's got a hot, thick deck coming in for me right now. You may have a hot, thick, juicy deck. And there's nothing I like more than a hot, thick, juicy deck. Authority solos. Let's put down Bristly Bill. Johnny's Pride Mate. Okay, so I could do that. That would pump. That would +1. No! Why did you... Oh, I misclicked. Fuck me, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, I misclicked. I can't believe I fucking did that. Ah, oh, might have cost me the game. Fuck me, man. This is what happens when you play fucking frustrated, bros. This is what happens when you play frustrated. You misclick. During Innocence. He's gonna come, or he's not gonna come in. Okay, alright. So we might be able to recover. Gain that. Boom. We do target creature you control fights. Get rid of you, Ajani's. Boom. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Even with my misclick, we're good. Bristly Bill. Yeah, mineral area, you're 100% right. That is an oxymoron. No, I don't want a mill deck, thank you. I've run mill in the past, but I'm kind of... And the fact that you can just draw card after card after card after card is insane. While ramping, you're just going to eventually just have everything. And it's not good. It's very bad. So we'll wait, because I don't want to put him in the removal. Every time that you play something 5 or greater, you get to put down a card. You get to draw a card. Every single time. So if you, on turn 2, you put it down, turn 3, you play, whatchamacallit. You get the, whatchamacallit. I'm saying whatchamacallit a lot. You play it turn 2, turn 3, you played, Overlord, 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 Overlord. Every single time you play an Overlord, you get another card draw. You get another card draw after every single Overlord, so... You could set your deck up to draw. Every single action you take is draw a card. So that's a problem, obviously. All right, what's he gonna do? What's Hedron Archive do? Add 2. What's he trying to run here? What is my man doing? Scream Puff. Whenever this creature does damage, he'll drop. Okay. Let's do no attacks and turn. Just about every deck, really. it fucks with almost every deck, to be perfectly honest with you. Create a 2/2 black zombie. Alright, we drew too much mana here. Again, 29% chance, but we drew it all. Yeah, that's the problem. The Overlords are already very strong, and immediately putting him in putting Beans in on turn fucking 2 is just... there's a reason that the top 4 at fucking... at whatchamacallit was Beans, 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 and Mono Red. Like, that's not a mistake. That's... Alright, he's gonna rip. He's gonna say sacrifice 2 creatures. Each player sacrifice 2 creatures. Boom. Boom. Draws a card. Basilisk Collar. Wow. Amazing. Alright, any one of our fucking aggros will win the game. Golgari Hydra, 9% chance. He could hard cast fucking Valgavoth right now. He's got so much fucking mana almost. Ooh, good one. Oh, that didn't help. Does he have a way to get rid of Vine Lasher? Macabre Waltz, he returns those. Yeah, mid-range needs to make a comeback, unfortunately. There needs to be some mid-range protection. There needs to be generally some mid-range, Hey, that's what I was looking for. Okay. That's what I was looking for, guys. That's the stuff right there. That's the old pepper. That's the old pepper. Pop, pop. Okay. Hey, what's up, Zeros? 082? The Diet Siege Rhino. I don't think that for 3-color 3-drop and 2/2. No. We just had Siege Rhino reprinted in Golgari, and it doesn't do shit. I thought it would affect the format. Siege Rhino's outclassed right now, man. Power creep. Yeah, that's true. I think Beans might have sealed its fate with that finisher, Zabritz. I think it may have. I think Beans was sitting there looking and being Beans, and it saw the writing on the wall and was like, uh-oh, I'm in every winning deck. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. It only does 2 damage. It does 2 damage. You can gain 2 life for 3 mana, and it's a 3/3, and it's 3 colors. I don't know, man. That doesn't seem. I don't see an Earthshaker with that one. I just don't see the. I don't see the utility in it. Boom. Okay, end turn. The reason Bean's getting bad, it's making mid-range without being so much worth, nobody plays it. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing you have that you can even remotely do, speaking of which, speak of the devil, is, yeah, the only thing that you can remotely do to even get to the point where it's worth it is Annex. Annex will give you the card draw that you need. If you don't have Annex, you're kind of fucked on that too. Let's see if he's got removal for the Hydra. He does not. Oh, my man is boned. My man is fucking boned here. This was the worst fucking possible scenario for his ass. Watch this. It was going to be a 28-28. Thank you for following the Ninja. The Ninja. The Kninja. Beans. It's so crazy that the #1 most hated card in Standard right now is called Beans. That is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone's like, I fucking hate Beans. I hate it so much. Fuck Beans. Wish Beans would die. And it's just, it's called Up the Beanstalk. Okay. Dr. Doomsday, the Fervent. I'll do that. Iron Clasher, Vine Lasher. Is he gonna play removal on me? He probably is. Yeah. Discard. What did he discard there? Chomping Chompasaur? Okay. Alright, that's fine. If you want to fucking lay down Chomping Chompasaur. I fucked that up completely. Fable got banned for this. Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Yeah. Thunderous Velocipede. Okay, so he's running Reanimator. Boom. Okay. He's gonna reanimate something here. Ooh, nice one. I'm gonna do this. There you go. Yeah, Beans, like we were saying, with Overlords, it's too much. It was always good, and it always featured in a lot of decks, but it has gone way off the deep end. Coiling Rebirth. Very nice. I have no way to deal with that. Velocipede. So we're just going to lose this one. That's like the third Atraxa Reanimator that we've had up and running there. That's like the third one that we faced. I guess that's what people are running tonight. Is the Atraxa Reanimator. Yeah, clocks. Alright, we're going for like another 20 minutes maybe. Standard Bearer, 99. Oh, this guy. I know this guy. Not a great opener. Throw in Armored Scriptgurger. Yeah, Armored Scriptgurger might not be the worst thing, but oh, lovely, we have a stab. Let's look. We might as well do it. Thins out our deck a little bit. Green. Very nice. Let's start with Thunderous. Boom, and we can go to Gold Vein. Order of Nylea, we'll wait on that one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. You're working the night shift, free hour, baby. No Atraxa Alchemy, no Atraxa, no Sunfall. That is all positives. Super late closing at work. I'll post monogreen hate death. I brew for you when I get home. Thank you so much, Shane here. Thank you for the dono. $5 from Shane here. Ops goes first. I'll keep it. I don't trust you not to do something weird. Let's hit him with a Schwack. We're going to search for a land with our Schwack. Boom. I should make sure we have it. Interesting. Boom. Got him. All right, we're actually getting some mud on the tires with the new fall, the alchemy fall here. I'm actually not mad at it. A couple more games, I'm feeling good. The fun thing about this one is that when people see what's about to happen by turn 4, they usually just quit, which is kind of funny. When they see the combo play you're about to put down, they usually give up right away. They either have the removal or they don't. It's one of those decks where it's just like, you got me, dead to rights, you know. There's not much they can do about it. Shuffler, I see you tutor for land. Would you like to draw lands for the next 6 turns? The answer is yes, absolutely. I love drawing lands. The Shuffler loves to do that. The Shuffler is very helpful. It's trying to help, but like the way a 3-year-old would try to help, you know, when you're trying to do something. So, oh, I see you're doing, you know, you're doing laundry. So what I would probably do is pour bubble bath into the detergent hole right there, because that would obviously make things clean and bubbly. And you're like, well, no, not exactly, and I can't really explain to you why that's bad. He's gonna put down something. I'm gonna hit it with the stab. No, okay, he's not gonna stab it. Boom, boom. He's ramping here. We're gonna put down Bristly Bill. Boom, 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 boom. Go in. Could be a sweeper. Could put down this and do Wrath of God, which I probably is. Yep. Okay, we're gonna lose this one. As long as he keeps just Wrath of Godding us, we're gonna lose. Yeah, Overlord. Pay 3 life. You just get to fucking die. I don't fucking believe in you. Alright, we're not drawing any of our creatures. We'll go for it. Dig it for it. Boom, boom, boom. He is running the Overlord of the Haunt Woods. He's basically running Sunbeams, but in alchemy. It's not as good, but these guys, they feel a desire to infect everything in the world. They feel like they need to, ruin everything for everyone forever. So it wasn't enough that they were able to get away with it in Standard. They want to get away with it in another format. Okay, Ringleader. I don't like that you have that out. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do with that, but I don't trust that you have a fucking whatchamacallit on the board. Impending. I'm not gonna draw any creatures. There's Bristly Bill. It's probably just gonna sweep us. Okay, next turn. Yeah, we're done here. Alchemy has a few extra cards that are only Alchemy legal, as they're like bonus cards, and rotation came early for them. So they rotated a little bit earlier than everyone else, which means that they're a little bit less of a mess. So hey, what's up, White Death TV? Suggest for a free deck. Do you mean, do I have a suggestion for a deck to play for free, or you want I'm not clear what you mean by that. You have a suggestion for a deck, or you want to know how to play a free to play one? What would you play for the metagame challenge? Boros Burn. De Leon. I would play Boros Burn. Okay, I asked you 2 questions, White Death TV, and you said yes. So which one of those questions was the right answer? Free to play. Got you. There's a deck on my channel called what is it called? It's called... I'll find it for you. It's not quite free to play. You will need to craft some stuff, but it's amazingly powerful. It is incredibly, amazingly powerful. Oh, he got me. He got me. Dead. No removal. Unless I can kill that. Fucking, I said he's got 2 white mana as long as he doesn't get fucking sheltered by Ghost. Ultra Drain. It's called Ultra Drain. He fucking got me. And it's very cheap. It's also called a cheap death. The title is a cheap death. It's very cheap to run and it's super effective. Black the Moon shines again. Yeah, that shelter got me dead. That shelter fucking knocked me the fuck out, man. That was the worst. Okay. I actually go first this time. Boom. Something here. He didn't like that. He liked vehicles then. Okay. Green. It's taking a long time here. Who's he gonna grab? He's gonna get lost view. It's not the best. Not the best plan, because I'm going to pump that. That's going to give me a land. Boom. Going to go in. Boom. Split up. Cave Drinker's Talent. No, this guy is in bad shape. bad shape. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. Miss Morris? No, that ain't it. That ain't it. Yep. Okay. Back in it. Back in the saddle. Okay, very nice. Ops goes first. That is not great. I would love to go first on some of these. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. We'll try this. Authorities fucking solos. You may or may not know Authority solos. Sky Knight Squire. We gotta do you. You will pump. Boom. Going up. Man in Vanguard. Okay, so now we gotta fuck him up. Hits. Okay. Arabo will fuck me up real bad right here, which is probably why he's going to lay it down. Arabo will absolutely take the piss out of me. Sheltered by Ghost or Arabo? No, that's not that great. Not too worried about Johnny. Double strike, yeah, you know, it is what it is, but... Order of Nylea. Boom. Boom. We'll say discard a card. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And we gotta do this. Drop, pop. Landfall is gonna do its thing here. Yeah, oops is right. Oops is right. Pop, 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 pop. Take action. Pop. Gains a life. Doesn't matter. 28 trample, I think, is gonna seal the deal there, folks. 28 trample will seal the deal there, folks. Should we close it? Or should we seal it with a kiss here, guys? We're doing okay. We're grinding up diamond. We're holding our own. We had fucking 5 decks in a row that played nothing but fucking removal on us, but we're not doing that bad. Trample is a great keyword. It's one of the original keywords, if I remember correctly. If my memory serves me well. Relinquished, how you doing, man? Angels is still good, man. Try Boros Angels. You might be feeling yourself there. Beige Paladin. Hey, thank you for coming, Buggy Man, Buggy Man, Buggy Man, Buggy Man. Shit. Okay, why not? He goes first, which is not great. Okay, we do that. That, okay. Blood gassed. Warrior's Call. Interesting. There we go. And we're gonna do this. Boop, boop. Bright Blade Stout, interesting. Impetuous Lootmonger, very interesting. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal. If we can keep this Hydra alive, we'll be okay. Put you down. Do no attacks. He probably stole the kill card from me and he can kill Mossborn right away. Or he got some other garbage that's not very good. No, he got the kill card. He got the kill card, 100%. He got the kill card. Schwack. Yeah, I knew it. So there's no way that's staying alive. Just played 3 consecutive Beans decks, 1-2, but stupid grind matches. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. This is a whole first strike deck, huh? don't have it. He removed me too quick. All right, last one, guys. And then we're out of here. Okay, Ops goes first, which is apparently all that they're going to be able to do tonight on us. We'll put down a bloomin' onion. Six first strike and lifelink is crazy. Well, it was actually a 5/5. Nobody plays it because it's a huge drop, but he was doing a first strike deck, so it kind of makes sense. Glimmer. What do you say that he has a whatchamacallit? A protection card. What is that? Choose any number. Investigate X times. One, two, three. We'll do Nightlia next, I think. Iridescent Vine Lasher. Double it. Double make gum. Okay. Nightlia will give a double grab there. Nope. Yeah, he's out of there. Got him. Nice. Okay. Grinding around in Diamond here. I'm not mad at it. Overall tonight we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 4. Not bad. Not bad. The 66% is respectable. I'm not mad about that. So I'm going to leave it right there. Kind of an upgraded Landfall deck. I know I've been really relying on Landfall, but frankly, Bloodghast really does help with Landfall situations. So I'm happy about this one. We actually got to use some of the, believe it or not, for Hydra's Velocipede, and even Lumbering World Wagon is not bad grabbers right there. So I've actually really grown to like Velocipede, so it's not a card to sleep on. Overall, pretty fun, pretty aggressive, interesting, slightly different. I've been G Villain, and you've been great. Good night. Bye-bye.